Hello, I'm Mike Gordon, and welcome back to my perfect playthrough of Pokemon Gold and Silver. Last time we defeated Pokemon Trainer Red, the protagonist of Gen 1. And we also had completed our in-game captures, though we still needed to fully evolve Larvitar here. Off screen, I decided to dupe my Larvitar. And both games are at awkwardly different starting points. For starters, I already removed Gold's Larvitar's rare candy, which he held previously, whereas Silver didn't. But regardless, this is the duplicate Larvitar that I had just so I could evolve him straight away to Pupitar. And I already have a level 43 Pupitar in my Pokedex. I mean, in my PC, as well as a level 20. I already have a level 43 Pupitar and a level 20 Larvitar. So, today, instead of Mewtwo, I'm just gonna use the Pupitar for the first set of battles that we're about to do. This Pupitar is the one that I plan on evolving into Tyrannitar. And we'll be using the first set of trainers that we'll be rematching here today. Besides evolving Pupitar into Tyrannitar, rematching all 28 trainers and battling all 28 of their third and final teams is the only other task left. And of course, I'm going to replace Bite with Crunch. PP and overall stats ain't gonna matter. However, Pupitar's male, which means his attack stats pretty decent. Gonna be pretty decent at the very least. Female Pupitars have shit attack stats. So Pupitar's old 54. And I just used the excess amount of rare candies I had in my bag to get him to this point. But now we are going to head down to our mom's house. And Gold's first trainer is going to be Picnicker Gina, and Silver's is Youngster Joey and his top percentage Raticate. Yeah, not Rattata. Not Rattata. He already evolved Rattata at this point. So Gold's gonna fly down to Goldenrod City to battle Gina. Obviously Silver's gonna head down to Violet City, so I could head down and battle Joey without getting to the wild grass. Technically I could have also flew to Cherry Grove, and assuming I don't get into any random encounters, this would be faster. But I chose to take my chances here. So against Gina, I'm just gonna use Crunch on the first Pokemon and then Thrash the others in order to save up on time. Just minor time saves. Or Silver just goes straight for the Crunch because it's just a single Raticate. What a joke. All this time and Youngster Joey cannot fail to catch a single Pokemon. Now he has several teams in Pokemon Crystal, so we are about as far removed from being done with this game as you can possibly get. So every time we defeat a trainer, we remove their names from our Pokegears. We head back to Mom's to mess around with daylight savings. Silver's second trainer will be Picnicker Liz over at Route 32. That means we're heading to Violet City again. Gold's second trainer is Youngster Joey. So both games are about to complete the Youngster Joey fights. And a side note, we actually have to rematch all in Pokemon Crystal, I actually put off doing these rematches against all these trainers for the longest time, and I'll explain why in a bit. Basically, unlike in Gold and Silver, In Pokemon Crystal, none of the 28 trainers will update their teams until you defeat their previous team first. Even if you pass all the in-game story checks that would result in their teams being updated, they will still not update their teams until you defeat their old ones first. Whereas in Gold and Silver, they will update their teams after a certain story check. That's why a ton of these episodes of Gold and Silver were devoted either in part or in whole in rematching these trainers. So who is Gold's third trainer? Camper Todd. And Silver ran into a random battle at this stage, which sucks. So Camper Todd is on Route 34, which is south of Goldenrod. In fact, just south of Goldenrod, since the Goldenrod Pokemon Center, because he's right there. Probably the fastest we'll ever reach one of these trainers in this episode. Yes, there really isn't anything more to talk about because the two games are just going through the motions here. And level 54 Pupitar is strong enough to pretty much one-shot everything. Now, I will keep Pupitar around until he evolves into Tyrannitar. That'll take Mewtwo to take care of the rest. The reason being is because Mewtwo is so stronger that it would be faster to just deal with all the trainers with a near level 100 Mewtwo. Anyways, Silver's fourth trainer will be Hiker Anthony. So, and this is when Silver basically pulls ahead and never looks back. And yep, Hiker Anthony. And I'm basically, not only am I manipulating the RNG via save states to get a certain trainer, but also making sure that they battle us. Bugcatcher Wade here, just outside Violet City, in Route 31, I should say. And Hiker Anthony, of course, at Route 33, right outside Azalea Town. And I switched to Earthquake because Fighting-type Pokemon are resistant to... I don't remember if they're resistant or immune to Dark-type attacks. And I'm not gonna try my luck with Pupitar's mediocre special attack. So, yep. Bugcatcher Wade, Butterfree, and I'm just taking the safe route, doing double crunch before moving on to Thrash. Thrash works anywhere from 2 to 3 turns, and then your Pupitar gets confused. So that was but 4th trainer for Gold, and this will be Silver's 5th trainer, Camper Todd. South of the Goldenrod Pokemon Center, just outside Goldenrod at Route 34. So, yep. Very, very fast. And a lot of these trainers will either, in addition to offering a chance to rematch, will either tell you about Pokemon Swarm, let you know of a certain event like the bug catching contest, like Bugcatcher Wade or Pokefan Derek will do that. And and a couple of them will call you only go, whoops, wrong number. Which is its own separate RNG seeding. Meaning if he's gonna say wrong number, you're not gonna be able to get him to manipulate him to say anything else. Random battle that I didn't want to run to. So worth noting is that I battled Picnicker Liz in Silver version, and then immediately afterwards proceeded to head south to the Route 32 Pokemon Center. This will become the ultimate time save between the two. The reason I didn't do that in Gold version was because I wound up battling Fisher Ralph first, and then Picnicker Liz. At this point, it'd be faster to just, after Fisher Ralph, battling Fisher Ralph, to just go get to Picnicker Liz from Violet City than it would be to get to her from the Route 32 Pokemon Center. I'm not kidding. But in Silver version, this is way faster. Because we don't have to worry about any random encounters. And he's right outside the Pokemon Center. Alright, Hiker Anthony now, and Route 33 between Azalea Town and Union Cave. So, this is going to be the penultimate episode of Gold and Silver. So, the rest of this perfect playthrough after this episode, the next one, is just going to be will just be Pokemon Crystal the rest of the way. There's a lot to do. In addition to battling all the Kanto Gym leaders, we have to battle all the, we have to rematch all 28 Pokegear trainers. We have to max out our blue card. We have to max out, I think we have to already max out our coin case. We have to max out our Gil. We have to complete our unknown decks at the Ruins of Alph and all the puzzles therein. That requires an escape rope, a water stone, the HM move for Flash, and the Pokemon Ho-Oh to get it all done. And oh yeah, the Battle Tower, which I will probably save till the very end. So yeah, as we battle all these as we clear out all of these trainers, I'm going to clear out more and more of our phone books so we can then... So I decided to take the chance in Silver version and risk it on a 3-turn Thrash because Bugcatcher Wade's relatively easy to reach. But Gold now has to battle Picnicker Liz. And because I battled Fisher Ralph first, I can't just heal at the Route 32 Pokemon Center and teleport there. Because she's a little too far away for that, and there's quite a bit of grass patches I don't want to worry about. So yeah, we are battling all... We are 100%ing our Pokegear battles. Picnicker Gina here, right out on Route 34, south of the Goldenrod City Pokemon Center. That a little ways away and is guarded by a patch of grass. Regardless, Gold and Silver are about to wrap up their first batch of trainers on this route. And because Picnicker Gina is the last turf for us to battle, Silver's gonna get a head start on registering phone numbers. So I flew down to Violet City to... First I'm gonna head on this way to talk to Bugcatcher Arnie and not deal with the patch of grass. I mean, we still have to go through National Park anyways. It's not like I can just shortcut it. By the way, Gold just fished his first batch of trainers already. And as a result, his Pupitar is now a Tyrannitar. While Silver's collecting his new phone number, updating his Pokegear phone book, I will be reading the final 2 evolutions of Gold version. Its shell is as hard as sheetrock, and it is also very strong. Its thrashing can topple a mountain. Its bite can't be harmed by any sort of attack, so it is very eager to make challenges against enemies. And that's it! We've caught and evolved every single Pokemon that is actually available in-game in Gold and in Pokemon Gold version. The final 7 Pokemon that we need to complete our Pokedex have to be gotten via trading. Pure and simple. And at the same time, I actually had Silver version just going through routes 36, 35 in National Park, updating his phone book, all on the way to Route Picnicker Gina on Route 34. And this is when actually because it took a little while to get here, I went Crunch turn 1 and then did the sell for the 2-turn Thrash. So, I fully evolved Pupitar to Tyrannitar, which means I get to swap him out for Mewtwo for the rest of this run. So, what's the deal here? Oh yeah, because I healed at the Pokemon Center, Gold has to now head north of Goldenrod to get all the phone numbers. Silver, meanwhile, can skip all this because his last rematch was in Route 34, whereas Gold wasn't. So Gold has to take the long way. And it's those little things that will allow Silver to pull ahead. Remember, I actually played Gold first, and then Silver version. So Silver is Silver's path through the Johto region is far more streamlined compared to Gold's. Anyways, Gold's almost all caught up with this phone book, while Silver's busy swapping moving Tyrannitar to 241 to 251 between Pupitar and Lugia. And now all that's going. I will skip Pokefan Derek for now, because I only have 2 more spots left in my phone book. And I would rather just go for Chad and Dana first. That way, when either of them, their numbers start ringing, I can pick up Derek's number on the way. So Gold got to an unnecessary encounter. And I'm picking up Chad's number in Gold, and Gold's done with collecting numbers for now. This will be the second batch of trainers that we rematch. And Silver logged out. His first trainer was Juggler Irwin on Route 35. Quick and easy to reach. And Gold's first trainer in this batch is Bugcatcher Arnie. And this one will require that we fly to Violet City to reach because he's guarded by a patch of grass. Like a ton of grass. I'm not even gonna try to take my chances with it because it's very likely that I'll get to several encounters here. Whereas with Juggler Irwin, there is no risk of getting to a random encounter because there's no grass on the way to him. So I just spam it. Unless it's a normal type, I will pretty much just spam Shadow Ball on everything because Mewtwo is so much stronger than all of these other trainers that's ridiculous. And honestly, in hindsight, Pupitar would probably hit level 55 from level 52 relatively easily. I just leveled him up to level 52 instead, and then battled all the trainers there. But I don't want to take the chance. So I'm just gonna keep swapping daylight savings time until. Alright, Schoolboy Allen is Gold's next trainer, and Silver's next trainer is. Who is it gonna be? Schoolboy Chad. So, different locations here, and this will be Silver's second trainer, whereas Gold's second trainer will be Schoolboy Allen, who's easy to reach. Schoolboy Chad, it will take a bit of a while, but we can pick up Pokefan Derek's phone number on the way. Alright. Pick up Eric's number. This will save some time. And here's Schoolboy Chad. We've about to beat up Chad here. And I'm just spamming Shadow. Again, unless it's normal type, because normal types are immune to ghost type attacks for some reason. I will just spam Shadow Ball on everything. Well, okay, normal types can't deal super effective damage against anything. And they're only weak to one Pokemon type, so I guess it makes sense for balancing sake to give normals at least a resistance or an immunity, which I would otherwise not get. That most Pokemon otherwise don't get. So yeah, rule of thumb is when you beat a trainer, delete their number, fly back to New Barktown, change the daylight savings time here. And last Dana, again on route, what was it, 38? Yeah, 38. So yeah, I am nowhere near done with this playthrough. And as of recording this right now, doing the commentary of this footage, it is currently August 14th. Just after midnight on August 14th. A little over a month ago, I should say. And honestly, I'm cool with that. So, yep. Lastina is clearing out all the trainers on Route 38. And already has Pokefan Derek's phone number, who will be a part of the third batch of trainers that we will need to rematch. How very exciting. And by the way, Last Dana's third team is the only team in the entire game that sports the name Furrows. So if you choose not to evolve favorite Pokemon, this is the only way to register Furrows as a Pokemon as seen in your Pokedex. No trainer in Gold, Silver, or Crystal version will ever sport Omanyte, Kabuto, Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Mewtwo, Mew. None of those 7 Pokemon, obviously. Brock sports Amistar and Kabutops, but that's it. No Kabuto or Omanyte. Let's see. And no trainer will ever sport Politoed. You cannot ever run into a Politoed, Scizor, or Porygon 2 or Celebi just by playing the games. You have to get them. With Celebi, you either have to get in a trade or through an event. An event distribution. With Politoed, Scizor, and Porygon 2, you need to get them all via trades. So there are only 4 more Pokemon left in our Pokedex that have been left unseen, and 7 Pokemon that we have yet to catch. Alright, so I battling Schoolboy Jack, delete his number. I kept forgetting to delete the numbers in Silver version, which is why Silver has not made substantial leaps and bounds over Gold quite yet, but he's still ahead of Gold, even if it doesn't look like it. Alright, Bugcatcher Arnie. Yeah, Mewtwo's 60 levels higher. I'm not scared of Magneton's resisting all of Mewtwo's moves or his decent defensive stats, so. Deleting Chad's number, and we're about to completely. Who will be Silver's next opponent? Oh yeah, Bugcatcher Arnie. And here's Lastina for Gold version. Which means we're finally heading down Route 38 in this game. Honestly, I love battling trainers that have the sense to only sport 1 or 2 Pokemon in their party. I hate it when they are literally like throwing a bunch, like 5 or 6 Pokemon, but because we need to keep things balanced, their levels are freakishly low and all the Pokemon they have suck. Ew. And, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this, because I already evolved Silver's Larvitar all the way into Pupitar and then Tyrannitar, and I have copies of all 3 of them in my Pokedex. I will be reading Silver's Pokedex entries for Pupitar and Tyrannitar at the end of the episode. Dana. Your number's out. And I think Silver's battling Pokefan Beverly right about now. And Gold, and because she uses a Granbull, I can't use Shadow Ball on it because back then Granbull was a normal type Pokemon, not Fairy. So this time I'm just gonna be a proud Thunder Punch user. Beverly is done. All Silver has left to do is battle Schoolboy Alan, and then we can resume collecting phone numbers for our third batch of trainers. And by the way, this took a shit ton of save states to clear out. Now, because Gold and Silver have different dex entries, I'm actually going to use the final sets of trades I will be conducting between the 3 games in order to split up the dex stream between Gold and Silver versions. For example, Gold and Silver will complete their trades with each other first, and then we'll commence with trading with Crystal afterwards. This is to help Crystal complete his Pokedex, but Crystal also has something to give to Gold and Silver. The final Pokemon that they'll need to help complete the Pokedex. Oh. Alright, and yeah, just spamming Shadow Ball here. So now we are deleting Schoolboy Alan's phone number. And technically, Pokefan Derek's number is part of the third batch of trainers that we need to rematch now. And we're gonna go ahead and add 5 of the 6 remaining phone numbers right here and now. And I'm gonna heal at this Pokemon Center whenever possible because due to the huge concentration of trainers here that are part of the third batch, this will hopefully make things a little faster. So I literally decided to pick up Fisher Wilton and Birdkeeper Vance's numbers first. So that way I could just teleport straight back to the Mahogany Center, pick up Fisher Chris's number, and then bike my way to Route 43 to pick up the Pokemaniac Brett's number. And Picnicker, what's her name's? I think it's like Brittany or something's number. See, it's way faster doing things this way. Oh no, it was not Brittany, Tiffany. Whereas Gold, I'm basically registering their numbers in order because this is my first time playing these games, so I never properly routed my trajectory here. But because Wilton and Vance's numbers are so far back on routes 43 and 44, It'd be simply be faster to teleport from one location to the to Mahogany Town after this. The cat's caterwauling. I'm gonna let him stew for a bit because it's likely that he caught something outside. Plus he's a real pain in the ass. I mean, the other night he caught a little baby bunny and then he ate it. And the only reason why I caught it was because I randomly decided to walk outside to for some fresh air and to possibly cool off. Alright, Fisher Wilton is Gold's first number. And because I got the number from Pokefan Derek, I decided to use this opportunity in Silver to climb the lighthouse and pick up Sailor Huey's number. Now, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, there are far, far more phone numbers by comparison. I think all the rematches would probably take like 4 episodes alone in order to complete. Like, that number is insane. Shot ball. Like, Battle Tower will probably be maybe 10 episodes unless I can get through them really fast. All the battles that are really fast. Alright, I don't know why the controls in Gold were so delayed. So now, Silver's battling Fisher Chris. Incidentally, I still have a max repellent and escape rope left in my inventory. So, it goes without saying, I will definitely be making use of those items as well. Alright, and I'm gonna go fly back to New Barktown. How many of these trainers are left? I'm currently on Silver 3.2. Which means Silver is on his second trainer, so I'm guessing both games are on their second or third trainers now. I think Gold's about to battle his second trainer, and yes, this section is definitely the biggest time saver of the whole episode. At least as far as Silver is concerned, due to the way I routed my, collecting my phone numbers in that game. And I made strategic uses of healing whenever possible. So, Chris is done with his second trainer in the third batch, which basically translates to his 23rd battle. And man, this is so freaking boring to go over. So freaking boring! And yes, I have to do this when we get back to Crystal, and because there are so many more trainer, teams to battle through, particularly with the earlier phone numbers. Because unlike in Gold and Silver, where each of the 28 trainers only upgrade their teams 3 times, and in most cases only slightly, in Crystal, they will continuously while they don't upgrade their teams after Avery's story check in the game, they upgrade their teams constantly. To the point that youngster Joey in his prime is just as strong as cool trainer Beth on Route 26. I'm pretty sure that was just an exaggeration on my end, but Gold got a call from Sailor Huey, which means once we battle Sailor Huey, we are immediately using the escape rope to get out of here. Oh yeah, Silver's battling Sailor Huey. I can tell because of the Poliwrath. That's a huge dead giveaway right there. To the best of my knowledge, the only other trainer in Gold, Silver, and Crystal that uses a Poliwrath on his team is Chuck. So we're done with this lighthouse. So escape rope, fly back to New Barktown, and something worth addressing is I messed with daylight savings twice in Silver version just to keep it in line with Gold at the end of the episode. And that will be the ultimate time save of the entire, and that's gonna be the biggest, and I mean biggest time save, as Silver fishes a few minutes before Gold does. So going to escape rope here. I think this is Birdkeeper Vance because we already battled Fisher Wilton in Silver version. Yep, I was right. Alright. Pokefan Derek. And because the entire Pidgey line is part normal type, I had to use Thunder Punch. Even though you have to deal with super effective techs every single time, it is faster than Ice Punch or Psychic. I mean, their battle animations are longer than Thunder Punches. And with Gold, I just did an emergency heal rather than a strategic one, which will probably screw me over later on, even further later on. Again, this is how I know that I learned my lesson from playing Gold version when playing Silver version. Then again, a lot of my changes in terms of strategy were concerned pretty much stem from me trying to overly compensate so Silver could remain ahead just long enough so I could read the Pokedex entries and say my usual closing spiel. So I think Silver's about to wrap up Route 44. And I think so is Gold, too. I think Gold already battled Wilton earlier. It's a little hard to tell because the teams are very, very interchangeable, and almost all the trainers basically have the same personality. They don't start differentiating their personalities until Crystal version. Otherwise, every single trainer who offers up their numbers speaks like they are a child, or saying stuff like, "Oh, it was so close too." Even though rough and gruff hikers and black belts and ace trainers will act like school boys and girls, when offering their number or calling you. Super effective. And Pokemaniac Brent and on Route 43. And honestly, I hate trying to reach the trainers on Route 43 because you have to cut through tall grass to get to them. The Route 43 is such a convoluted layout as far as trying to navigate where you have to go to get to where you want to go. So, got the number from Pokemaniac Brent in gold version, just like how Silver got Brent's number here. And by the way, I believe Pokemaniac Brent is one of the few trainers in Gold, Silver, and Crystal that will call you up by mistake and say wrong number. And you cannot manip the RNG when their wrong number text is different from when they actually meant to call you to inform you of what was happening or challenge you to a rematch and stuff like that. Pokemon spawns as well. Just spam Shadow Ball because all of his Pokemon, including his bulky as hell Neo Queen and Neo King, can't do anything. Yeah, Brett sends out the arena. Marianne female. You two, use Shadow Ball. Picnicker Tiffany. Yep, we are battling Tiffany for the third and final time. Again, I am dreading the episodes where I have to rematch all 20 of these trainers because it's good in Crystal version. Because they have so many okay, the final batch of trainers basically just have the same number of teams that they did in Gold and Silver. Maybe one team extra. But honestly, the last 3 story checks in Gold, Silver, and Crystal version are arrive at Blackthorn City, defeat Champion Lance and become Pokemon League Champion, and find the machine part and restore it power to the power plant. So yeah, last trainer Tiffany was the last trainer in Gold and will be in Silver and will be in Gold. In Gens 1 and 2, Clefairy is a pure normal type. Fairy type did not exist back then, which means he is completely immune to Shadow Ball. And we didn't need to run into any raw Pokemon, but of course we did. So in Silver version, I'm gonna go ahead and try to nab all the phone numbers on routes 45 and 46 first. And the reason for this is because I need to heal at the Blackthorn Pokemon Center. Not only to restore PP, but to create a spawn point, a respawn point. Jimmy registered Kenji's number. Man, this is so That's alright, Solar keeps trying to. Stupid adapter. It keeps coming loose and won't stay plugged in. So yeah, I'm going to pick up. Oh, and of course, after nabbing the 3 phone numbers here, I'm going to use daylight savings times to trigger a rematch with one of the 3 poke trainers. Looks like it's Hiker Perry this time. And then I will use this opportunity to collect the 4 remaining phone numbers on routes 26 and 27, which technically are the only phone numbers in all of Kanto, as none of the Kanto gym trainers will ever appear. So rounding here is completely perfect for gold, unlike in silver version, who went on the wrong path and got a random encounter out of it all by mistake. However, that's still not enough to reduce Silver's commanding, to give up Silver's commanding lead to Gold version. So the reason why I'm registering their numbers is because, unlike in the remakes, you cannot fly between towns in both regions. If you're in Johto, you can only fly between the different fly points in Johto. If you're in Kanto, you can only fly between the different fly points in Kanto. And last phone number for us to collect while we're here, we have to literally cross the ocean, and more time wasted here. But that's fine, because Gold is currently nipping at Silver's heels. Thanks to Silver's commanding lead here. Jose's. Whoops. Almost forgot to pick up Rina's number. And because of this, I have to teleport back to Johto, and I healed at the Blackthorn State Pokemon Center, so I could use that as a waypoint to help me get back into Johto from Kanto without having to take the magnet train or brave the tall grass on Route 28, or backtracking for the Pokemon League. So that's all the phone numbers in Silver version, right, and accounted for. So we delete Hiker Perry's number. Gligar. And now Silver's getting a call from Birdkeeper Jose, whose number we had just acquired. This is really annoying. Nicker Aaron, Snap Ponyta. Go Mewtwo. Shadow Ball. And shovel, shovel, shovel. Picnicker Aaron. And Whirlpool. And Gold's gotta get a call from Cool Trainer Beth. One thing I want to do is make absolute certain that the last trainer that we battle in this fourth and final batch of trainers is a Kanto trainer. So I'm flying to Variancy because it's way faster to get to these trainers from here. And way easier because there's only 2 patches of grass that we need to worry about. Now, unfortunately, I don't really manip the no encounters thing in Gold, whereas I do in Silver version, so yeah, I'm basically getting screwed over. Oh boy. So there is not a whole lot left to talk about. Now for the record, I will at least confer that I will have at least viable enough reasons to rematch every single trainer in Crystal version, even though I don't think I have any more Pokemon that need to evolve via level up, or Stone Evolution for that matter. I think I'm done with in-game evolutions. I just have a few more Pokemon left to catch, including Unknown. And a few in-game pokes, like Rapidash. Oh. But man, this episode took so freaking long to film, it's ridiculous. So freaking long to film. So many save states. Honestly, I'm probably gonna go take a day off prior to uploading this episode, even though it's close to the end for Gold Silver, because I spent so much time on this episode, it's really disheartening. I couldn't even be bothered to manip no or minimum encounters in Gold version, so obviously Silver's gonna pull ahead and leave Gold in the dust. Hopefully this will be the last episode that something like this even happens in my perfect playthrough these 2 games. Hopefully. So Mewtwo use Shadow Ball. So yeah. Of course, the very last episode, I'm going to have to rely heavily on PK Hex to make it all work out. So yeah, we are blasting through Black Belt Kenji's team in gold version. I believe he's the last trainer on routes 45 and 46 for us to battle. No wait, we saw Hiker Perry. Oh boy. By the way, it's kind of funny that morning has yet to transition into day. Yeah, in gold version. Whereas that's been the case for a while in silver version. Like a really, really long while. Alright, and we're flying to Viridian City because it's way faster doing this than the alternative. And Silver just ran out of repel. Because I was set to battle Birdkeeper Jose, followed up by Picnicker Beth. I decided to use a max repel to avoid random encounters altogether in Silver version. Whereas Gold, I don't think to do that till towards the end of the episode. Alright. Shadow Ball. And I'm just wait, they're both battling Gavin. No, they're battling Gina right now. That's kinda cool. Sorry, not Gina, Rena. So, Gold still has Hiker Perry, who we need to battle next. And Cool Trainer Gavin. Silver has Gavin and Beth left, as we no longer have to revisit routes 45 or 46 in Silver version. Alright, Hiker Perry. And Culture Beth. And I need to fly down to Blackthorn City. Should have just used Max Repel here. Don't worry, I'll think to do that later. But I literally waited till it was too little too late to do anything about it before springing it up here. And luckily both trainers have the same number of Pokemon, which is 1, and Silver needs to teleport to the Blackthorn City Pokemon Center before we can fly to New Barktown. Now, I know what you might be wondering. Why not turn New Barktown into a teleport spawn? Because you can't. There's no Pokemon Center. Going to your house does not... your house does not act as a teleport spawn in these games, and neither does Professor Holmes' lab. Believe me, I checked. So all we have left is Gavin. For both games. And Gold's gotta get to a... Wait, it's not Gavin, it was Birdkeeper Jose? Oh, either I was way off on my estimates, or Gold still has... No, wait, Gold still has 2 more trainers left to fight. Or... How does Silver pull ahead by this much? So Gold now has to make it all the way back to Birdkeeper Jose, and then I can spring the Max Repel on him and avoid random encounters the rest of the episode. So Gold is far, far... Silver's routing is just light years above what Gold is capable of. Whoops, never mind, Gold ran out of Repel. I mean, Silver also ran out of Repel too, to be fair, but I was at least in the middle of surfing towards Jose. But yeah, not getting too random in battles all that much is the main reason Silver is just about done with this episode. In, say, about 3 more minutes, whereas Gold has 6.5 more minutes. Sorry, 5.5 minutes. So, I'm deleting Jose's number, teleporting back. And then we are going to rematch Gavin in Gold version. Silver's done, which means, and because it's still daylight savings still in broad daylight, I can now fly to Celadon City, where we will bring the episode to a close next time. First, I will heal up, and I'm going to set up my team in Silver version. Well, sort of. There are 2 different teams I want to work with for trades. One is to literally provide Gold Crystal version with Pokemon that Chris cannot get in her game. And then there are 6 that will be traded between the 2 versions that you see before you. So, final insult to injury in Gold version. I am moving all of my party Pokemon into the reserve box, as well as Giraffrag, Remoraid, and Octillery into Silver's party, in anticipation for the trade that I will conduct with Pokemon Crystal version. I'll save right here, just to be on the safe side. And hey, Silver's about wrapped up with this episode, might as well read the last 2 in-game Pokedex entries for Silver version. Larvitar and Tyrannitar's Pokedex entries, specifically. Even sealed in its shell, it can move freely. Hard and fast, it has outstanding destructive power. Finally, extremely strong, it can change the landscape. It has an insolent nature that makes it not care about others. And that is it for today for Pokemon Silver version. The rest of the episode is all gold. So, with Pokemon Gold version, so Silver's gonna fade out. I'm going to actually use this opportunity to restore daylight savings in Gold version just to keep things consistent between the two games. And then I will get Gold all set up for his trades with Crystal. Even though I actually plan to trade with Crystal first, ultimately I decided that, you know what, maybe I should trade between Gold and Silver first, and then trade with Crystal so I could have time to read both games' Pokedex entries. There's only 7 left. And of course I'll read all the Crystal entries when I resume my perfect playthrough of Pokemon Crystal. For winning, your Pokemon fully healed. Well, see you again. Yada yada. So, yeah, I will probably make some adjustments. At the very least, both games need to dupe one of the 3 Pokemon that they plan on trading over to Crystal version. Because Crystal will be duping all the Pokemon and then trade that she gets and then trade them back. But because I still need to trade Celebi over into gold copies of Celebi into Gold and Silver version, I won't be able to do that. One of those 3 Pokemon that Gold and Silver, that both Gold and Silver will be trained over a Crystal, will not be coming back under any circumstances. So I gotta be able to live with that. So that's it that's the plan I have in mind for the final episode, Gold Silver. I will trade between the 2 games, then I will trade with Crystal, read both games' entries, and then I will collect the diploma and wrap up and bring my perfect playthrough of Pokemon's Gold and Silver to a close. So, I will save right here, leave a like, oh yeah, I need to remove the black belt. Anyways, leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. With all out of the way, this is Mike Gorn, sign out.